Most people believe saving your first $1,000 starts with making more money. Get a raise, work overtime, or start a side hustle. It sounds logical until you look at the numbers. Every year, millions of people receive salary increases, yet they still end up living paycheck to paycheck. At the same time, people earning average incomes quietly build emergency funds and grow their savings without changing their paycheck. So, who's telling the truth? Is earning more really the answer, or have we been focusing on the wrong problem all along? Stay until the end, because the strategy you're about to learn has helped ordinary people take control of their money without sacrificing the things they love. I'm the investor, and today we're going to uncover the hidden reason most people never save their first $1,000. Imagine it's payday. Your salary finally lands in your bank account, and for a few hours, everything feels under control. You tell yourself that this month will be different. You'll save money, avoid unnecessary spending, and finally get ahead. But then reality begins. Rent leaves your account, bills arrive, a food delivery after a long day at work doesn't seem like a big deal. A streaming subscription renews automatically. A quick coffee on the way to work feels deserved. Then an online sale convinces you to buy something because it's 50% off. None of these decisions feel expensive on their own. Yet by the third week of the month, you're wondering why your account is almost empty again. This is where most people fail. They blame their income when the real problem is much harder to notice. A few years ago, a woman named Sarah found herself trapped in that exact cycle. She worked full-time, earned a decent salary, and honestly believed she simply didn't make enough money to save. Frustrated after another month with almost nothing left in her account, she printed her bank statement expecting to find one huge expense destroying her finances. Instead, she discovered something surprising. There wasn't one massive purchase, there were dozens of tiny ones. Coffee on busy mornings, food deliveries when she didn't feel like cooking, shopping apps offering limited time deals, and subscriptions she barely remembered signing up for. Individually, every expense looked harmless. Together, they had quietly taken nearly $700 from her in just 1 month. What happened next completely changed the way she looked at money, and it's a lesson almost nobody talks about. Because the biggest mistake wasn't spending too much, it was never realizing where the money was disappearing in the first place. Sarah didn't suddenly become richer the next month. She didn't get a promotion or start a second job. Instead, she did something much simpler. For 1 week, she wrote down every single dollar she spent. At first, it felt pointless. But after just 7 days, she noticed a pattern. Almost every unnecessary purchase happened when she was tired, bored, stressed, or simply scrolling through her phone. The problem wasn't that she loved spending money. The problem was that her emotions were making financial decisions before logic had a chance to catch up. That's the first lesson most people never learn. The biggest expense in your budget usually isn't one expensive purchase, it's hundreds of emotional decisions that feel too small to matter. But here's what nobody tells you. Even after people become aware of their spending habits, many still fail to save. Why? Because awareness alone doesn't change behavior. If it did, everyone who wanted to lose weight would already be fit. The same thing happens with money. Knowing what to do is easy. Doing it consistently is the difficult part. And that's where everything changes. Think about two friends, Jake and Michael. They earned almost the same salary, lived in the same city, and had nearly identical monthly expenses. Yet after 1 year, Michael had saved over $10,000 while Jake had almost nothing. The difference wasn't intelligence or luck. Michael followed one simple rule. Every time he wanted to buy something that wasn't essential, he waited just 24 hours before making the purchase. That's all. No complicated budget, no extreme lifestyle, just 1 day to think. Surprisingly, more than half of the things he wanted one day no longer seemed important the next. Jake, on the other hand, kept buying in the moment because every purchase felt small enough to justify. By the end of the month, those small purchases had quietly become hundreds of dollars. This sounds like a simple trick, but the psychology behind it is powerful. Companies spend billions of dollars designing apps and stores and advertisements to make you buy instantly. Flash sales create urgency. One-click checkout removes friction. Notifications convince you that you'll miss out if you don't act now. They're not selling products, they're selling speed. They want you to spend before you have time to think. That's why the real battle isn't between earning and saving. It's between impulse and intention. The biggest twist is this. The problem isn't that you lack discipline. It's that your financial system is designed to make spending effortless while saving feels difficult. Once you stop blaming yourself and start changing the system around you, saving money becomes much easier. And that's exactly what we're going to build next, a simple 30-day framework that can help you save your first $1,000 without earning an extra dollar. So here's the 30-day challenge. Don't focus on earning another dollar. Focus on protecting the dollars you already have. During the first 3 days, write down every single expense without trying to change anything. Coffee, snacks, subscriptions, online shopping, everything. The goal isn't to judge yourself. It's to expose the hidden leaks. By the end of those 3 days, you'll know exactly where your money's going instead of wondering where it went. That's a level of clarity most people never achieve. For the rest of the month, follow 3 simple rules. First, use the 24-hour rule for every non-essential purchase. If you still want it tomorrow, buy it. If not, keep the money. Second, pay yourself first. The moment your paycheck arrives, move a fixed amount into a separate savings account before spending anything else. Even if it's only $20 or $50, the habit matters more than the amount. Third, replace instead of remove. Don't give up coffee forever. Make it at home a few days a week. Don't stop enjoying entertainment. Cancel the subscriptions you rarely use. Small changes repeated consistently always beat extreme changes that last only a few days. This is where most people succeed because they're building a system instead of relying on motivation. By the end of 30 days, you probably won't feel like you've sacrificed much. But when you look at your savings account, you'll see something different. Maybe it's $500, maybe it's $800, maybe it's the full $1,000. The exact number isn't the most important part. The real victory is proving to yourself that you are capable of controlling your money instead of letting your money control you. Once you build that confidence, everything else becomes easier. Investing becomes easier. Building an emergency fund becomes easier. Growing wealth becomes easier because you've mastered the one skill that comes before all of them, keeping what you earn. Most people think becoming wealthy starts with a 6-figure salary. In reality, it starts with one decision repeated over and over again. Every unnecessary purchase isn't just money you lose today, it's money that never gets the chance to grow through investing tomorrow. That's why saving your first $1,000 is far more valuable than the number itself. It changes your identity. You stop thinking like someone who always runs out of money and start thinking like someone who manages money with purpose. That's the difference between surviving financially and building long-term wealth. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, don't chase a bigger paycheck. Chase better financial decisions. Track every expense, follow the 24-hour rule, and pay yourself first. 1 month from now, you'll either have another excuse or your first $1,000. Money doesn't change your life, your financial decisions do. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, don't chase a bigger paycheck. Chase better financial decisions. Track every expense, follow the 24-hour rule, and pay yourself first. 1 month from now, you'll either have another excuse or your first $1,000. Remember, wealth isn't built by people who earn the most. It's built by people who keep, protect, and grow what they earn. Your first $1,000 isn't the finish line. It's proof that you're capable of changing your financial future. Money doesn't change your life. Your financial decisions do. If you found this video valuable, subscribe to The Boring Investor and join thousands of people who are learning how to build wealth through simple, smart financial decisions. And if you're committed to completing this 30-day challenge, let me know in the comments. Your future self will thank you for the decision you make today.